Hey everybody, hope you guys are all blessed and doing okay out there. Happy Pride Month to all of you. Normally you guys know I make videos about trains, but today I'm asking a very crucial question. Is America the greatest country in the world? Well, let's see. And my partner here has some commentary on his end as well about how he feels about this country, don't you?
Yep, but you can go first.
So is America the greatest country in the world? Well, people have been asking that question since 1776 when we were founded. And here we are, coming up on July 4th, 2026, celebrating 250 years. Well, not one time really has there been a time when we've been a great country.
We, or would you say they, as in white man?
Pretty much, if you're a white male, it's been perfectly great for you all together.
And not just any white male.
The rich.
The ones that are rich and that were born here.
Pretty much.
With blue eyes.
The people who've suffered the most are women and other racial groups like blacks, Hispanics, Latinos, and foreigners who come here to start a new life. If we're so great, then why are we ranked in last place or so low on the list of so many things? Look at Japan and China, other parts of the world. They're doing a whole lot better than we are with their technology and their currency. Other parts of the world have less homelessness than we do.
Look at China.
It's because of the billionaires who have tons of money who won't help people. They use it to pay for their yachts, to pay for their wine cellars and everything else. They don't need all that money, really.
They also need to tax the church, too.
We have fought wars and stuff like that, which is ridiculous. We still have homeless people living on the streets. There are people starving to death. Everything has gone up in price. They expect you to work 70 years and you get like maybe 5 or 10 years to retire and then you leave the world. Really? Is that the American dream? Not really.
Actually, the American dream was actually a trap, actually. That's what they want you to believe.
As George Carlin put it, it's the American dream and you have to be asleep to see it. He's not kidding about that.
Yep. Especially the suburban homes were actually phases. There was phase 1 was the suburban home. Phase 2 was the internet. Phase 3 was AI. Phase 4, we could have actually added security, which it could have been like after the 9/11 terrorist attack was actually all planned to actually be able to excuse, to actually use to put security to spy on people.
The government has been lying about everything from the beginning. Some of their biggest events include 9/11 and the JFK assassination. The reason people still believe half of this stuff is because the education system is mixed up and they lie, saying Lee Harvey Oswald killed JFK, or a lot of the Muslims were involved in 9/11. Truth be told, it was the government. And what does it all come down to? Money and oil.
And don't forget power. They would have remained as powerful. And it's not the government. The government's actually their puppets. It's the corporations that are literally controlling the puppets.
Also, if you guys hear any sound effects in the background, a huge thunderstorm just came through. We're out here in Grapevine today making this little video.
Now we're actually using the special effects, and this is actually the green screen.
Exactly.
Nah, I got you interact with the background. See, that's how realistic our green screen is.
You're such a mess. That's why I love you. Nobody is free until everybody is free. And not everybody is free here. And a lot of you think slavery was abolished with the Emancipation Proclamation.
What about work? Work is just slavery with extra steps.
The retirement age is a lot higher than it used to be.
Because older people don't want to give up their money.
Or companies want them to work more and make more money and more profits.
And this is why a lot of my generation doesn't want to work anymore.
The billionaires should be paying for things like highways and roads and schools, not us. It's hard enough as is to be able to afford anything these days.
They shouldn't even be building highways. Highways actually destroy infrastructure, they cut through towns. The idea for highways was actually to kick out people of color and poorness. Yeah. So saying that white people didn't suffer, oh yes they did. Even if you were the same race, they will still treat you badly if you don't have this.
And a lot of people think it was just black people who were slaves. Oh no. Hispanics were slaves,
Whites were
Mexicans,
slaves?
whites, everybody has been a slave. I mean, even working class are considered slaves today because you get up, you go to work, you come home, you repeat,
Like,
you
I
have
don't
2
even
days
think-
off to yourself. You can't even live anymore.
I don't even take my job seriously. I actually just fool around.
I don't blame you for that. There's going to be a rise up eventually at some point, I guarantee, where the whole country is going to get fed up. They're going to stop working for one day and start marching and protesting. That happened a long time ago in the beginning of the railroads in the 1800s. People were tired of bad conditions, so they stopped working and went to protest.
Yep.
Part of that took place in Fort Worth, known as the Blue Milk Junction incident.
And a lot of people be like, well, AI is going to replace you. Well, I don't know why everybody believing everything in the media. Okay, there are some things that AI cannot catch up on. Even though it can make some art, it can make videos, but they're not accurate. A lot of things in the background melt. A lot of things are actually falling apart when it comes to AI. So AI cannot actually replace physical labor. It cannot replace the ways of trying to help out people mentally, because, yeah, you got to use the communication. Yes, a lot of people think that AI is going to do this, AI is going to do that. No. If humans are just too superior, thinking that their own creation is going to replace them, you can literally just turn it off. AI is a tool. So don't think it's just going to be like just taking over everything, or it's going to become evil, because it doesn't have a consciousness, it doesn't have experience, and it's aware that it's AI. It just doesn't care because it's just following its program.
And you would think that they would have learned their lessons too from watching Terminator and iRobot.
Which those are just for entertainment. In reality, that won't actually happen.
It might if they're programmed smart enough to learn from humans.
You mean-
and think, why do we have to take orders from humans? Let's
Actually,
kill them off. Let's
hun,
kidnap
remember,
them.
they don't have experience. They don't have consciousness. The only time that a machine will actually turn evil is somebody programs it to become evil. Remember,
Okay, you know
it's
what?
all
You're
about,
right.
It's all about human efficiency. Humans are kind of idiotic species. And yes, I'm saying the truth.
It is true. So
I-
how can we make America great for once? Not again, for once, because we've never been great.
Or the world, if you want to think the bigger picture. This is how I say it. If you want to change America, you got to change the world.
That is true, but I'm focusing on the here and now for this country. But
How about Texas? Texas is the real country for us.
Exactly. I still treat Texas like a country, not a state. The way we can make it like it is we can rise up against all this evilness, take down these billionaires, especially the ones who are involved in the Epstein files. Kids, ask your parents about that. I can't talk about that on my channel. You know, overthrow the government.
We'll talk about.
Get rid of this dictator we have in office.
Oh, and I know what you guys are gonna say. Guys are gonna get real protective and all that. Like, okay, what has that person ever done for you personally? Have he ever invited you to a golf game? Has he ever personally walked up to your house and shake your hand?
Has he given you a check for $1 million?
Exactly. He's a liar. He's supposed to be behind an office chair, not be a politician. Seriously, any people like me or him who are like literally, how can I say, have common sense? We don't need that real world experience. That's all old school. We need to stop listening to them. Come on. We literally outnumber them. What are you people afraid of? What? Because they have weapons? Yes, we have guns too.
The reason people don't want to stand up is because
They're
they're
too
scared,
lazy. They're too stubborn.
or they're comfortable with their situation.
Or
They
they're
just
comfortable with the
accept it.
situation.
Now, I don't want to be rich by any means. I'm not greedy or selfish, and you're not either.
Nope.
I just want to be stable. Right now, I make less than $2,000 a month with my SSDI
If you're a
income.
freight train. Oh no, that'd be a car.
Are you sure?
Mm-hmm.
Well, keep in mind, Tower 60 is down the track, but there's also freight traffic down there by the airport, so you may have heard of freight train.
Jeff Goober doesn't like the sound of the silver line horn or the.
That's
Textron
for
horn.
another video for another day. Let's focus
But it's still
on
funny
this.
though.
It is
I like
funny.
getting off topic.
I know you do. If I had $4,000 a month in my bank account,
You're covering like my entire torso with your video.
sorry, I would be very happy and very comfortable because $4,000 I could live off of very easily. Looking back at things back in the old days, inflation wasn't that bad, money wasn't that bad, you could afford everything, and only one person in the house could support a whole household on their income. Now people have to work 2 or 3 jobs just to support themselves. It's ridiculous.
And this is why nobody wants to have kids anymore, because it's not just because of the financial stuff. It's also because it's too much stress, They expect for people to actually have kids because the government wants to build a bigger army.
So let's talk about the military now. In war, there are no winners since the beginning.
And you also remember who also used to fight alongside the war? The leader, the ruler of the entire kingdom.
If you look back to medieval times, kings and queens were often seen on the battlefield. So if this man in charge of our country, who just destroyed a school, wants to start a war, why isn't he down there fighting? And this doesn't make any sense.
Why should we die for, like you were gonna say, like, why should we die for people that really did nothing for us? Oh, but they bring up the references being like, well, if it wasn't for older people, then you wouldn't have been here. Well, okay, but they were forced into it because they went into a war blindly. Some of them didn't even want to go there.
So one leader of a country gets mad with another. What do? They send a bunch of people and hide like cowards instead of duking it out like two boxers.
Exactly.
That's how these wars should be fought.
That's their problem, not ours. But then they try to say, well, you live in this country. Okay, so how would it be like, I'm like this, having like two neighbors from two different houses fight each other, and then like the parents be like, okay, kids, fight them. Be like, that ain't my freaking problem. Because you guys don't like those parents doesn't mean we have to fight them.
Exactly. So, I am going to get probably a lot of hatred in the comments here, and I'm probably going to get a text from my aunt about this because she watches my channel, but it's a free country. Emphasis on the word free.
Oh, yeah. And here comes the stuff about insults. If people get personal about insults, remember the First Amendment? Duh.
The Constitution stands for a lot of things, but I think a lot of stuff needs to be changed or rewritten because some of it is starting to make less and less sense.
You mean it's outdated too?
Oh, completely. If you guys want to stop all these wars, then let's just pull the troops out of all these countries and stop this. JFK was trying to pull people out of Vietnam, and he was trying to disband the CIA. They wouldn't have that. That's why he was assassinated.
Yeah, you try to do the good in the world, you actually have a target on your head.
These billion-dollar companies are unaliving whistleblowers, like the Boeing company. There are people who are complaining about unsafe aircraft, and they didn't make it out in one piece. It's all about money and power, and that's really sad to me.
Oh, and please don't think it's all about all these theories, saying like it's the Ross brothers and all that. It's nothing about that. It's just corporate greed itself.
As Qui-Gon Jinn said in Star Wars, greed can be a powerful ally. And he's right. The best way we can fix things is to stand up and fight for what's right, march and protest.
Or just insult them until they lose their mind, how Cain did.
Insulting would be a good thing. Killing, though, is not going to solve anything, nor is,
I mean, we could encourage them to actually insult him until they, until they
or
kill
put them
themselves.
both in a wrestling ring and let them go at each other, just duke it out, like Muhammad Ali. They could just box each other. And whoever's left standing is the winner. Why can't we do that, honestly?
Exactly. They just don't want to do that anymore because they think that it's all, because they want to rid them because of how old they are. But yeah, you're still alive and acting like you're all bossy around everybody. Right.
The system is broken and it's working at the same time. Unless you're a 1% billionaire white person, it's working for you. But if you're like me and my partner here, living just below or above the poverty line, it's very difficult.
Oh, when it comes to financial stuff, you try to find easy ways to make more money, try to save it up and all that, and then they're like, oh, they're doing something illegal, we need to arrest them. Just because they're finding loopholes to become richer. They don't want, it's like you try to save up money, they'll try to steal it. You try to put money inside the bank, they'll try to actually steal it. It's like they don't want you to reach the corporate ladder like they are because they're like, you're not going to be in the same level as we are because it'll make us look less superior.
You can't collect your own rainwater for drinking. You can't make your own power because you'll get fined. You find the problem and see like a pothole, you fix it, they fine you for it. Well, then they should get off their lazy butts and fix these problems instead of building a bunch of new buildings. How about you fix the stuff that needs fixing? And, it should be legal for you to make your own power, for you to collect your own rainwater. You're not hurting anybody. The reason they're doing it, though, is because they want your money.
Oh, and for those who have newer cars, I would recommend for you to actually trade those back to older cars because they're gonna start taking away, which makes it much harder to actually switch out.
Oh yeah,
items
let's
and
talk
switch out
about the
parts.
auto industry for just a moment. So people are going crazy for all these Teslas, these ugly dumpsters. Oh, I'm sorry, Cybertrucks.
You mean origami on wheels?
Or plastic rocket ships, whatever you want to call them. They say it's good, it's new. Okay, if it's so good, why do we have all these sensors? Why are they filming us and tracking us? They're putting cameras in cars now that are watching you, that if they think you're like too impaired or think you're drunk, the car won't start. People in Asia are having a hard time driving these cars because half of them look like they're sleepy. That's just their genes. They can't help that. And the car will suffer. They have to be like up like this just to drive. That's so stupid.
And yeah, I'm driving a car that doesn't even have like no sensors or anything, because, and I haven't gotten in an accident. You know why? Because I'm using common sense. You people, yes, I'm gonna say it as some of you people who are actually using those vehicles. You people are actually focused on literally on technology so much that humanity became lazy on common sense, keeping itself healthy mentally and physically. So it's best if you rip out those components and actually replace them with a more older computer.
I think the best car is a hybrid, which gives you both power but also gas.
From 2003, actually, like the Prius.
Yes, those are better. Hybrids are better than electric vehicles, because a hybrid will get you even farther. Because if you're on a gas, just turn on the battery. When that battery power, turn on the gas. It's so simple.
Like I understand some of you don't want to leave carbon footprints and all that. But if you don't want to leave carbon footprints, and if any of y'all live in cities that have like public transportation, you can drive up to a park and ride train station and just take the ride from there, or just walk to places. I mean, if they're like only like 10 minutes away from walking, just walk to it. Because if you're driving, you're just wasting gas.
I really think electric vehicles work in cities and towns.
Exactly, and combustible engines are supposed to work for long distance.
Exactly.
And I think it's supposed to work like that the same way with trains.
Let's talk about trains for a minute too. My turn, basically. So, as you guys know, I'm a huge rail fan, and you've seen my train videos. You guys know what I like to talk about. I don't care for the new stuff on the rail today that they're coming up for passenger service. I'm not a fan of the Siemens Chargers. Those are almost as ugly as the CSX BQ23-7, which was an awful monstrosity of a locomotive.
I mean, there is a bell crossing right now in the background.
Oh yeah, Texrail's passing by. We have some new equipment in Texas from Europe. 3 different train sets from the same company. Flirt Stadler cars. Texrail, the A-Train, and the Darcy Silverline operate this equipment. I am glad we're getting more connected with transit and DFW because we need it. At the same time, though, I don't like it because the trains are too European looking.
I mean, you're taking that a bit too personal. I understand that. But I'd be glad that there's public transportation that actually gets you to places.
That's the one thing I like, is the fact I can still get around. For those of you who like the TRE and Amtrak,
or if ever plan to visit,
enjoy these trains while you can, because the TRE is about to be replacing their equipment with Siemens Chargers. If we're going to make trains look good in this country, keep the Americana design going. Just like it was with the F units in the 1930s, the streamlined steam trains back then too. Some of those, even the ugly trains back then, look a hell of a lot better than the ones we have today. So basically this video is a message about what we can do to fix things, but at the same time it's kind of a rant. Why can't we rise up and stand and fight? The other reason is, besides everything I said, nobody can afford to. You can't afford to take time off because you got to eat, you got to keep the power on, your water, you got a lot of things you have to keep.
This is why you got to limit stuff. If you have to get rid of stuff that are completely useless, like microtransactions and subscriptions. So you have user subscriptions that you don't use. I would recommend for you to actually go annually rather than going monthly. You get to save up more money that way, which means you can actually plan and coordinate everything.
Exactly. If we all stand together and we all rise up, but we do it in a non-violent way,
They drive them crazy until they until they jump off a window.
Exactly. Then we can make America great and make America kind for once.
And make Texas a country again.
That'd be great if we can actually do that.
I mean, we can.
Someone that I'm talking to on Facebook, who I think I put on my channel's posting, is running for president. I recommend you guys vote for him. I'll post a link to his Facebook page in the description. Reach out to him, talk to him. He's going to fix things here. He's going to take out all these government officials and stuff like that. He's going to also, give us universal income, universal health care, which will be great because medical stuff is way too expensive. And one thing that appalls me is they charge a mother a fee to hold her newborn. Really?
It's idiotic. And I know a lot of people are going to say that money makes the world go around. No, it doesn't, because it's just a manipulated term that they're trying to make you fall into the trick that money is everything. It's not. It's actually supposed to be a ticket that's supposed to be actually helping you out in life.
It's a tool.
It's a tool and a ticket. I think it's like a train ticket. So basically, it's kind of like, just like AI and driving is like a tool. So don't blame the money that's like basically this and that. It's your responsibility with your own finances. You're blaming like the economy and all that. So why the heck are you spending money on useless stuff? Just be smart.
The way I do it is, with my income right now, I buy a few nice things at the beginning of the month, some DVDs or maybe a couple of shirts, and me and this guy only go out on his days out for fun things. If we need to go out during the week, it's for stuff we need. And we limit our spending, and we do pretty well, don't we?
Yeah, you gotta be financially smart.
And financially stable.
Also, I know some of you still live with your parents. Just tell them how you actually feel about your finances, because they're gonna try to control everything.
Guys, don't be afraid to rise up and stand up for what's right. Make a video, make a post, write to your congressman or your city hall, whatever. Write to the president, if you still want to call that nutcase that. And together.
I don't even call that guy a president. I just call him by his regular name, or just an idiot.
And together, not only can we make America great and kind for once, but also the world.
Because, to be honest, we're all human here. We come in unison, not just in the small piece of land, but the world. Like, come on, we're all sharing this world, and we're all acting like one part of land should own the other part. Okay, it's not actually worth it to destroy each other just over something so minor.
As President Kennedy put it, we all live on the same planet, and we all breathe the same air. And he's right.
Exactly. Well, we could fix all this. To be honest, I'm not even afraid of any politician, because
me neither, to be honest.
I got more knowledge than they do, but I know they actually have the corruption besides them. There's things that they don't have. We could literally convince people to actually work for us.
I used to be a Republican. I was offered the Trump party, but now I'm not for any politicians, to be honest. I could care less about them. So I'm on nobody's side when it comes to politics, and the guy we're talking to who's running for president is an independent. He's probably the last person I'm going to vote for, because I don't vote, I don't go into polls, I don't keep up with politics. I used to be big into that, but I don't anymore, because I just don't care.
Also, your information on communism, y'all, is actually pretty wrong, because Karl Marx actually wanted a utopia. Now where people getting control, like a world where the government wouldn't interfere. So basically, they kind of twisted his information. If he was alive today, he would have actually been real disappointed.
If our founding fathers were here today, they would be appalled at what they saw and what's happened and what has become of their country. And I really think a lot of people, including my viewers out there, I want all of you to read these documents. The Declaration of Independence, the Bill of Rights, the Constitution, even though some of it's outdated, it's still important. And also, there goes a nutcase.
And also, yes, that.
And also, one of my favorites, the Gettysburg Address that President Lincoln gave. Another true fact is, those who don't learn from history are doomed to repeat it, and apparently we haven't learned a thing. And it makes me sad there are people out there who are still homeless and sleeping on the streets and starving. And every time, we try to help them, then we become in a financial situation, we become broke just for helping somebody out. It's ridiculous. So let's rise up, stand tall, put this to an end, and build a new country and a new world together. Being nice and kind and happy and helping doesn't cost a thing, and it's easy to do. Anything else you want to say before I close the video?
Let's see, what else can we add? Well, it takes a lot of responsibility too, so don't be afraid. Also, I don't know why they say, oh, if you own your land, you can't own the mineral rights. Okay, who made the government the boss of the entire planet? Like, nobody owns the world. Basically, the world can choose to kill us. Also, I may not be religious, but the real God is actually the sun.
He has different beliefs than I do. I still love you. You know that, right?
Yep.
You didn't make a point, though, about this. I don't know if the government is watching. Heck, what am I saying? Of course they're watching and listening, but I don't care one bit.
They actually, the way they actually shadow these videos, they actually use algorithms to actually track certain people. That was actually phrase 4 right there.
I don't care at this point what happens or what the government does. I mean, if they'd read the Constitution, you know, they're breaking their own laws anyway, so yeah.
Oh, the so-called government needs to be more responsible. Like, it's not our problem to deal with all that. It's actually their problem. It's their responsibility because they are the ones that are the government. They're basically, basically, how can I say this? The references just like bad parents. Right? Don't you think that?
I do, and I agree.
The government acts like a bunch of bad parents.
They do.
But yet, the only time they actually only when they got new technology, they use it for themselves, and then be like, "Here, you guys can have it." At least it didn't pass on nukes to us. That would have been real bad.
Don't say that. You might be giving them ideas.
Oh, I mean,
So-
there's plutonium out there already.
So, in conclusion, because we've said enough, I think, is America the greatest country in the world?
Oh, we said 27 minutes of it.
Oh, that's long enough. So, guys, in conclusion, is America the greatest country in the world? No, it's not.
It's Sweden,
Or Japan,
or Switzerland, or the Netherlands,
or Canada.
or you as the individual.
You can be your own country if you want. And one more thing, guys, if I was to rule over any world or have anything like that, empire, it would be a model railroad. I want to rule over that instead. Well, I think that's about it. I've said all I need to say, and so have you.
Yep. So I got a closing quote for it.
Go for it.
Freedom, power for all, and keep the world happy and make the world a better place for everyone and the individual. So remember, you are your own main character.
I like that. That's a good one. I like that. And to all of you, have a happy and safe Pride Month. Take care. Please be safe around trains.
And cars.
Make sure you like, subscribe, and comment. And God bless. Next video will be about trains again, hopefully soon.
Or many gods bless, or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Anyway, take care, guys. See y'all next time.